Welcome to the Four Brewers Podcast. My name is John Holzer, and as always, I'm joined by
Jason Harris,
Greg Nagel,
and Tim Mather.
This week on the show, we are celebrating recent awards ceremonies that happened in the age of COVID. We are drinking beers from both the Great American Beer Festival award winners or medal winners, and beers from the California Craft Brewers Cup that happened, I don't know, last week,
10 days ago, something.
Yeah. Back-to-back awards, basically. The way GABF is working this year, obviously there's no actual festival because people won't get vaccinated. And so instead, every year they have Craft Brewers Cup, and then they have the Great American Beer Festival. At the Craft Brewers Cup, every other year, they have the World Beer Cup Awards.
CBC.
Did I say Craft Brewers Cup? At Craft Brewers Conference, I should say. They have the World Beer Cup every other year. So this year they decided to combine the awards of GABF with the conference of craft brewers and make this one big thing where you get together one time, you do what you normally do at the Craft Brewers Conference, which is you go to different seminars and hang out and meet people and stuff, but also have awards at the same time. So they're not doing the World Beer Cup. They're just doing the GABF Awards and the Craft Brewers Conference.
You know, that explains a lot, because I was thinking, like you guys were saying, you know, the GABF kind of snuck up and like GABF Awards and GABF. And then I was like, wait a second, but the Craft Brewers Conference is happening right now in Denver. Wait, what's going on? Did I miss something completely?
It kind of snuck up on me too, because I didn't realize what was happening until I think last week I saw the Brewing Network posted you can post to YouTube that you're going to be doing a live show, and so it shows you in your feed if you subscribe that they're going to be live on this day. And I'm like, GABF Awards, GABF is happening. Like, is it a festival? So I Googled it and I'm like, oh, they're not doing anything like that. They're doing what I just explained. So the California Craft Brewers Cup, that was, again, another one that I just saw random brewers on social media traveling to wherever it was. I'm assuming it was in the Sacramento area. And I was like, okay, I guess they're getting together for something. I'm completely out of the loop on all this stuff where I'm media, quote unquote. So I thought I would at least get an email like this stuff's happening. Maybe I didn't. I just didn't see it.
We're not good enough media anymore.
I guess not, because we used to get invited to the...
Greg is much cooler media than we are.
Yeah, there you go.
This was my very first one. I think it was 2012 when I saved it because I went to all 4 sessions and just normally you don't do that. There we go.
You're wearing it.
We call that one the Greg American Beer Festival.
Dude, the 4th session of GABF is the worst shit show. Like the volunteers who are normally put together and like, here's your 1 ounce pour. Dude, on that Saturday night, they're doing like keg stands.
They just got kegs to get rid of.
They're just like, come back, pour your own, buddy. Like,
we're not taking this home.
Yeah, I've never even been to the last session.
I'm just picturing like a drunk dude sitting in a fucking like lawn chair, just fucking have at it, dude. Go till the keg's empty, because I'm not calling that heavy fucker back.
and not only that, but that was the first and only year I went to that 4th session. And then the next year, they stamped the 4th session out on your media badge.
Yeah,
so you couldn't go to it if you wanted to. They're like, sorry, man.
We don't want you reporting on this.
No, exactly. Just people having like gravity struggles, like can't even stand upright.
I thought they just stamped one because they changed the rules and you couldn't go to them all. And so you had to basically pick the ones you wanted to go to. So I think you can still go to the last session. You just can't go to them all.
Here's another one. So you notice the 4th one is like a weird stamp out.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Like,
okay.
Nope.
Yeah. I'd have to look at mine. I save all of my passes. I have them hanging from like a curtain rod in my studio. There must be 40 or 50
I'm about
media badges up there for
random shit.
John, was it you that brouhaha of the like shit-faced punk rock guy sitting on a fucking pallet?
Yeah.
Just like a 40-year-old dude who's like never let the whole punk scene die. Like
he was like a gutter punk with a mohawk.
Is it like a? Did you use it? Did you send it off for like the new Offspring album cover or something?
That's not a bad idea.
But yeah, he's just sitting on a pallet, head nodded down, just completely fucking passed out. That guy was a true hero that day.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that was at
Hey, that could be
Brouhaha,
happening.
yeah.
That could be happening today, aren't they? Having the like fucking ska one.
I don't know. I don't follow
The Bruce Ska.
the Brouhaha events.
The one with Save Ferris or whatever.
Yeah, I think they called it the Bruce Ska.
I think it's
course.
today. I think it's today. Yeah.
I was just watching not Save Ferris, but Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Oh,
Oh,
It's
good.
on TV.
excellent.
Today of all days, Jason. Really, they're having a
Festival,
beer
yeah, I know,
festival.
right?
Have they forgotten?
So has that movie?
Lest we forget.
I haven't watched that movie in a long time, but everybody I know says watching it as an adult, you're like, man, this guy's kind of an asshole.
Ferris
Yeah.
Bueller's Day Off.
Ferris
Yeah.
Bueller's Day Off. You're just like,
I
he goes to his friend's house, he wrecks his dad's car, like for what? To what?
I
end?
just saw it. I literally just this morning saw a meme that was like the 3 stages of life. First, you relate to Ferris, then you relate to Cameron, and then you relate to Mr. Rooney. And I was like, yeah, that's accurate.
It's the movie that keeps on giving. So, yeah, like I said, we did our best to compile different beers from both festivals. We didn't want to limit ourselves just to GABF. So I think we did a decent job. Jason, you were saying you just got random stuff?
Yeah, I couldn't find the GABF beers. Like I kept trying to find shit and was having absolutely no luck. So I just bought beers that I thought looked good.
Okay.
That like in my mind should win an award.
Yeah,
Good,
I
good.
said
If you were a
your list here
GABF
looks-
judge,
Like
the
for
Jason
example,
Harris Awards.
Integrin did not win anything, but they win awards in my heart. This Integrin Dunkel Lager,
For sure.
Munich style dark lager. It should win an award. Why didn't it?
I think this year it had its best chance. There were a lot of well-known breweries that I know that were winning awards for just like classic styles, which is cool to see.
dude, Figaro Mountain like just
they
killed
kinda
it
swept.
among everybody, like all classic styles. I mean, they generally
That's-
win awards, but this year was like, damn, there wasn't a lot of like repeat California breweries. Like normally Firestone Walker, Pizza Port.
Yeah.
They were like not on the stage this year.
Yeah, Fig Mountain, they got 4 medals, one in American Amber Lager, one in American Style Brown Ale, one in German Dark Lager, and one in Vienna Style Lager, which is the beer I have, their Danish Red Lager.
Oh, it's such a good beer.
Did Taps win anything this year?
Nope.
Wow, that's sad. Taps was
Yeah.
like known for
I mean,
sweeping classic beer style.
A lot of their
medals.
brewers are gone. Kyle Manns is up in Idaho, sweating Idaho 7 out of his pores. And then the other 2 brewers are not. I mean, Jonathan went to Bearded Tang, who
It's his brewery. Yeah.
won. They won their first GABF medal this year with Vlad the barista.
I didn't
Yep.
get that beer, but I did get a beer.
Yeah,
Tang beer.
that's a crowler only beer, anyways.
Yeah, they got gold for that. That's a coffee stout, which
Yeah.
is pretty
And,
dope.
Dude, Orange County continually wins coffee beers. And this year, Carl Strauss got a coffee beer.
Yeah,
Let's
Carl.
repeat.
Let's see. Well, they won only one award. It looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Golden Stout, which that's a coffee beer. Yeah. And also shout out to coming up later on the show, Radiant Beer Company.
Dude,
They got a gold, I think, for their hazy. Correct me if I'm wrong.
yeah.
That's
And
correct.
then they got
0 to 250.
yeah, no, 0. It's
was like,
1 to
0?
250. It
Yeah.
still says 0 on the website, but they got brewery and brewer of the year for the 1 to 250 barrels per year category. Which, I mean, you got to feel good, being an investor in Radiant and just seeing how popular they were out of the gate, how great their beers were, and then they just cap it all off with a gold medal in brewery of the year. Like
You know what I would call that? I'm gonna call that the 4B bump.
that's what it is.
That's
Yeah.
correct.
It's all because of
Before-
us.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing. Like launching your brewery. It's only how are they 1 a year, a couple
They
years? I can't
opened,
remember.
I think, late 2020.
Okay,
Yeah.
so there you
Yeah,
go.
not
So
a year
still,
yet.
it's like not even a year yet. Opening during pandemic, having to deal with all of that, growing their popularity, making amazing beers. Like that's really a big feat. And I know we talk about them a lot, but that's super impressive.
Yeah, you got to feel good being a I've got his Andrew Bell right now. Like,
Yeah, and I think too, it's easy to overlook, but like experienced good brewers moving to new facilities still oftentimes have like growing pains. Like it still takes them a couple months to find their footing and really dial in their system. And I've been really, really impressed that Radiant has managed to just come out the gate, just hitting hard, just really putting out top-notch beer from the opening. I think we had some of the first beers they made.
Yeah,
or the first beers
lager.
they released, right?
Recommissioned Lager was their first beer that they brewed on their system, and I was like, holy shit, like if this is like your first beer, you have nowhere to go but up. Like it was an amazing beer, and there was nothing wrong with it. It was just who makes a lager as your very first beer?
I mean, speaking of Andrew Bell,
that takes bells.
The dude was a great home brewer, and then he just got to play around at the brewery as their experimental brewer, and he was there for many, many years. I want to say 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, 7 or 8.
So I mean, he's just gonna. I don't think the guy can make a bad beer.
Speaking of beer, I'm drinking one of his right now. It's a brand new.
What are you drinking, Greg?
Going for a run. It's a West Coast IPA. They don't have a lot of West Coast IPAs that are single IPAs. Everything that they make that's clear is sort of on the double side. So,
was that by any chance made for the OC craft runners?
I don't know. I hope it is.
There's people running on the label, so I'm assuming it's a running themed beer.
Yeah, that's a great group. Should join them sometime.
Yeah, I don't make it down to OC a lot. That drive, since I haven't been working in Anaheim lately, I just run to OC. That drive is longer than I thought it was. Like every time I go down to Orange County, I'm like, I don't remember it taking this long to get down here, and this kind of sucks, and it's kind of inhibits me from visiting breweries down there, which is sad. Anyway, I opened a beer from Allagash, Allagash White, day 1. Silver, I believe, in that category, and it's a classic beer. You can't go wrong with Allagash White. It's a beer that I buy just to drink on the reg.
It's kind of nice to see sometimes like these classic, like really classic breweries that, I mean, I feel like they had their moment and then kind of like in my world faded a little bit, to still see them like being so relevant, especially ones that are making, obviously like still good stuff.
If you want to think of a classic brewery, you know who won gold in that category? New Belgium.
Oh.
The New Belgium triple actually won gold for triple.
Did they get the voodoo badge?
I remember thinking, oh, that's a fantastic beer. That should be a gold medal beer. Like, I love New Belgium triple. That's another beer that I will just buy because it's a really tasty triple. Like, it's very well done, and you can easily get it because they're such a huge brewery that has a big distribution reach. Tim, what are you drinking?
I am drinking. Well, so I did not find any of the actual winning beers. So in the spot, well, hold on, but in the spot that I did go, I managed to pull something from the winning breweries. So
I was hoping to do the same thing if I couldn't find winning beers. Just at least get breweries, but yeah.
So while I was there, I popped on to your, thank God, live tweeting and pulled a few things from breweries. And first up, we've done this one. We talked about it. It's been overdone, but it's a go-to. So first up, I'm going to blind everyone. I've got Timbo from Highland Park. I saw you tweet out that they were winning. So
technically, Tim, in a manner of speaking,
that is an award-winning beer.
Did win
a silver, but the one that Pint House made.
Okay. That was so cool.
And I'm like, just Highland Park is just gonna lend that recipe to their homies every year. Like, hey, you want to win a GABF medal? Here, you can just brew Timbo.
Yeah,
just submit a Timbo this year.
I don't think Tim was on that show where we had the Pint House version.
No, I think I missed the Timbo.
You missed out because on the show I was just like, "This is fantastic! Like, I want this beer all the time."
That's
and
awesome.
When they won for it, I was just like, "That is cool." And I told Yvonne, like, yeah, Winehouse won a beer for a beer that was designed by Highland Park, and she's like, that seems unethical.
Yeah,
I'm like, no, it's
it's craft
it's
beer,
cool.
Dude.
I go, I could take the recipe for Timbo and brew a beer, and it probably will not taste as good as anything Highland Park or Pint House could make, because it's all about execution. Recipe's part of it, but execution is where it matters.
All I'm saying is next year's Cellar Maker is going to win a Hoppy Lager Gold GABF for Timbo.
Yeah.
We're going to pass it around to all the friends. Green Cheek's going to throw it in.
Why not?
If you're in SoCal, you've had this. You know what it's like. I picked it up as just because I wanted to get I tried to get at least 5, and this one was there, and I know how delicious it is. So I don't have much to say other than if you haven't, you should. If you have, you know.
Yeah, it's a fantastic beer. Okay.
What you got, Jason?
I finished that Enegren Brown, or the Enegren Dunkel.
Just
super refreshing lager. Comparatively to the Oktoberfest that we were drinking, a little bit less body, a little bit more brown sugary, and a little bit less bread. But overall, the flavors are milder. Definitely a beer that's made to have more of. It's not as heavy as the Märzen would be, but it's very much in the same vein. Like if you like a Märzen, this is just kind of like a light Märzen almost.
That's very true.
It's a lot of the same flavors, just toned down a little bit.
But
it is still 5.5, so it's not a light beer, but the flavors are milder.
I think it's more like just the opposite of a Helles. Except it's using different malts, not aggressively hopped by any means, but it's stylistically low on the hoppiness.
It pairs well with Schweinshaxi, Munster cheese, Jägerschnitzel.
Schweinhaxe. That's a pork knuckle.
Is it? Yeah, I was like, what the fuck is Schweinshaxi?
Yeah.
I really think Enegren and Heater Allen are two breweries that
must buys.
They're very similar in their approach to beer, classic styles that are very, very well executed. So anytime you see Enegren or Heater Allen on the shelf, we highly, highly recommend them. Sudwerk as well. Sudwerk, they started off as brewing lager and pilsner based, beers only, and they have since expanded well beyond that. They
got a Brewer of the Year thing too, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. They got
5 to 15.
Yeah,
Brewery of the Year, and they won golds for People's Pilsner under Bohemian Pils and Backyard Hero American Lager under Contemporary Style American Lager.
Those guys kill it, dude.
People's Pilsner, fantastic Pilsner. Even when it's on the older side, like that could be close to 4 or 5 months old, and it's still a fantastic Pilsner. It holds up very well. So these breweries that are making these classic styles, it's a treat. Speaking of classic styles, the beer I opened, this is from Figaro Mountain. This is from the proper brewery out of Buellton. This is their Danish Red Lager, which is a Vienna lager. And this beer took a gold, I believe.
I think that beer has won medals.
Silver.
A dozen fucking times. Like,
has it?
yeah. Like that particular beer, I remember them having multiple medals 5 or 6 years ago. Like it's one of those beers that it's kind of an oddball category, and they just seem like they dominate it.
Fig Mountain's one of those breweries that I often forget exists. And I know like they have several brewery locations up and down like the Central Coast, and for some reason it's just like I see it every time I go up to Santa Barbara to go wine tasting, like the Funk Zone. They've got their tasting room there, but I just always forget about it.
So they were a brewery that started off as kind of like a hype brewery. Back in my early days when Stone was a hype brewery. That's when Fig Mountain opened as a quote unquote hype brewery. I mean, back then they weren't, no one was making hazy IPAs and stuff like that. It was all about, making just regular styles, or your most extreme style would be like a heavily hopped West Coast IPA. And Fig Mountain was one of those breweries that got a lot of attention from people in the craft beer scene, and they're still doing their thing. They're brewing beer, and it's fun.
So that Danish Red is they have a list of all the awards they've won on their website.
Okay,
it's been winning awards since 2011. 2011, 2012 golds at LA International Beer Cup. 2015 Denver International, 2014 Great American Beer Festival, 2014 Denver International Golds, San Diego International Silver in 2016 and 13, 2012 World Beer Championship Silver, 2012 GABF Silver, 2015. Yeah, just that thing. That thing just slides into categories that are a little bit probably overlooked and just knocks the fuck out of,
that's what
of
you
everybody.
That's what you should do if you want to be, if you're a new brewery and you want to be like award winning, find a category that's just kind of like unused.
Well, that's what Taps
slide
did
right into
for the
it.
longest time. I mean, not that Taps is, trying to play that game necessarily, because their beers were actually very, very good. But those weird categories where you have 30 entries compared to IPA where you have like 300, yeah, it's way easier to win. So why not?
So the shirt I'm wearing is obviously Bottle Logic right now, and talk about a beer called Logarithm. That let's brew an American dark lager, something that has like 35 entries, and then win it back-to-back golds. Then good on them, but you're not winning like back-to-back IPA awards. There's a big difference.
Yeah.
I'd say just for speaking of like breweries doing styles that you didn't necessarily expect back in the day. My next one that I opened up, if I can jump ahead, got Nature Gazer.
Almanac.
This is coming from Almanac.
That sounds like something a Canadian would call me.
You're a nature gazer, eh?
Take off, you nature gazer.
Yeah. This is a hazy IPA, dry hopped with Citra and Centennial. And so I find it funny because I know that Almanac has been doing IPAs for a while now. Mm-hmm. But to me, when I first heard of Almanac, they were just like the crazy bottled, like they were sours and like, just super, like they were on like the premium list to me. Like they were expensive and sour.
That's what they won for at GBF this year. They won a bronze for mixed culture Brett beer.
Yep. So it's cool.
Sounded delicious.
Their IPAs are pretty top notch. I like their IPAs, but it's cool to see them still winning in a category under with beer that they opened with initially. They were all about rustic, locally sourced ingredients. Mixed culture, sour stuff. And that's cool that they're still, winning awards and they're still true to their roots in that sense.
Yeah. It's a 6.1%. It's pretty mellow. You definitely get it's got a nice hoppy flavor to it. The aroma's there, but it's not something that's going to bite back. It's pretty easy drinking and, it's a good go-to for sure.
It's going to bite you back. I opened up talk about a beer that's won multiple GABF awards.
I wish I could have found that beer.
The Brewery's Mischief, the 8.5% sort of Belgian IPA. I would kind of classify it as.
In the hilarious category, American style Belgo Ale, I believe, is the category it won in.
Whatever.
Yeah, American Belgo style ale. It's just funny that's a funny category. When
people say Belgo in general, I laugh. But also when I went to pick up my stuff, I scoured every shelf label so I went to Southland Beer, which is on Western here, just south of the Wiltern. They've got a couple of beer fridges, pretty good selection.
It looks like they have a great selection because you got a bunch of great beer.
Yeah, no, they have a bunch of good stuff. I was going to go somewhere else that had a bigger variety, but this was closer to home and they have good stuff, like really good stuff. But I scoured all the shelf tags just to see what was there, and they had a spot for Mischief, but it was out.
Oh, I went to Mischief to buy mine.
What a classic! I mean, that's a beer they brewed within their first couple of years of existence, I believe.
It's got multiple World Beer Cups and I think 3 GABFs now. So the beer is very well decorated. It holds up in the bottle. Obviously, it's in cans now, which is like dangerous for an 8.5% pint.
Even for cellaring,
it's so drinkable.
Even for cellaring, that beer holds up because I've had a couple that are a couple years old and they're fine. It's a hoppier beer I from what I remember, but it still holds up.
It is
pretty
very
well.
hoppy. I mean, if
Did
you
they-
had some like aged Gruyere or something to go with this, goddamn.
Did they put that originally in the 750 milliliters?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Because
I mean,
feel like-
everything was in a 750
Sure.
back then.
Until
just-
like 2 years ago, they're like, we will never ever leave the 750.
Remember when they put out a survey for like they're like, so we're thinking of changing bottles. Would anyone be interested in drinking beers out of a 500 ml bottle or a 3 whatever a 3? And everyone was like, yes, please, God, I don't want 750 milliliters of Black Tuesday. Like
ever.
I was thinking like I was expecting John to like roll open his closet and pull a Mischief out live or something.
I can try. Hang on.
Nah, you don't have to.
So while he's doing that, I have a meddling brewery, but not meddling beer. I have Tanked by Bearded Tang. It's getting blown out, but it is upside down fish floating in a tank. Looks like he's dead. Poor fish.
Hipster fish.
They won a gold for their coffee stout, Vlad the Barista at GABF, and then they also took a silver at the California Craft Beer Cup for Irish Red Ale.
Nice.
Weren't we talking recently about how red ale seemed kind of like a dead
Man,
style?
I'm trying to revive it, but like
Yeah.
nobody cares. It's like
I've got one.
By the
you
way,
got
Tim,
a red lager. But
I do have a Mischief.
Yeah, I
in
knew
my
you
closet.
would.
that's
I knew it.
award winning.
Pound it,
one's-
pound it.
This one is from I don't know if gonna that's from 2011.
Dude,
So
There you go. 10
Time to
years
crack
old.
it.
Drink it.
Drink that
it,
cardboard.
Drink it.
Yeah,
drink
it's
it.
probably not going to be. I have a lot of
8
old
and a
brewing
half,
beer.
maybe.
Can we get a drink it in chat to get John to chug that fucking Mischief
Drink
right
it,
now?
drink-
It's warm. Like I'm not going to. No.
No, just drink some.
Open it over the over your computers.
Nope. Live on the edge. No. I'll put it in the fridge though. Maybe I'll open it next week.
Whack.
Sorry, guys.
wiggity whack. No, just the regular kind.
Yeah, but Mischief, even like I just bought this at the brewery, and goddamn it's a beautiful beer. It's got this like perfumey sort of stone fruit meets like Belgian spiciness. It's really tasty, and 8.5%. Goddamn, like it's hidden so well.
It was 8.5% back then too. I wonder if the recipe has even gone through many changes because, Belgian style ale, golden and hoppy, not quite evil, yet not to be trusted. This golden ale is effervescent, dry, hoppy, and crisp.
Yeah, and it's Patrick Rue's early vision of what Duvel was. If you notice I think there's like a
It's
devil
got like
thing
a
on it.
devil tail on the M.
Yeah,
from the
that
S.
was like their play on it.
Yeah, because Duvel means devil. So
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
there you go.
Thank
Tim
you.
learned.
Learn something new every day.
That's why I have a media badge.
Oh. Everybody
That's
bow
why
down
we
to
have
Greg.
a podcast because we know random facts about
Random
beer.
fact. Should do a trivia night.
Well, I'm
How's
still drinking this Danish
how's
red
that-
lager
how's
from
that
Fig
tanked?
Mountain.
How's that tanked treating you?
It's pretty good, man. The aroma's a little light, but it's got a nice hoppy flavor. I don't know how old any of these are. I was at El
That's-
Cerrito and I just trusted. So
Tanked is sort of like their mainstay IPA. It's not like their specialty one. It's like the one that they're pushing out to market as like their flagship IPA.
I was
Yeah.
wondering where you went, Jason, because your beers were unusually good, like compared to normal when you go to like Total Wine.
Total
I was
Wine,
like,
yeah.
wow.
yeah, no, I was like, I'm gonna give myself the best chance at finding good beer. I went to El Cerrito, which is probably the best liquor store in the IE. Well, but Bodega's in contention, but if you want
No, El Cerrito wins. Yeah.
if you want like rare, like hypey stuff, like you can't beat it. They had Tired Hands.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
It was-
La Bodega does not have tired hands.
It was weird though. Yeah, the tired. Dude, my favorite thing in the world was when Deadpool had tired hands in the Deadpool movie.
I was just thinking about the Deadpool movie this morning. That's funny. What a great movie. 1 and 2 are just both excellent. I kind of want to read the Deadpool comics, but I don't know if they'll be as good as the movies. So
I don't know how, like, I'm not into comic books as much as I wish I would, but I had a friend a while back who lent me the first of a graphic novel called Y: The Last Man. I don't know if anybody's heard of that.
In the middle of reading it, yeah.
So, did you know that I just saw big old fatty posters for I think either a series.
I think it's on Netflix. I want to say.
I don't know which one, but I saw it and I was like, oh yeah, that thing.
Yeah, they also did a show for Lock and Key, which is another comic that's really good. It's about basically a haunted house that a family moves into at its most basic level. But I think I'm almost done with the comic on that. And the show, it's bad. It's very kind of it's more teen drama based than the actual comic. The comic is dark, and like someone's dad died, and people are dealing with like mental issues, and I think weird.
Lock and Key is the Stephen King's kid involved. I'm blanking on his goddamn name.
The dude that did Nosferatu.
Yeah, and Heart-Shaped Box. No, he goes by
Joe
Hill.
Joe Hill. That sounds right. Yeah.
Joe Hill.
Yeah.
I thought he was involved in Lock and Key. Yeah, he was. He was one of the writers on the comic.
Yeah, the comic's very, very dark, and the TV show does not serve it well. But I'm hoping Y: The Last Man. It's not nearly as dark. It's more kind of lighthearted.
Hey, if you want something dark and fucked up, you should check out Brand New Cherry Flavor on Netflix. That shit was wild.
What is that?
It's fucking weird. It's like it takes place in the early 90s, and this girl has a movie, and she's trying to get like a deal to direct this movie, but it's like trippy and fucked up and really gory. It's really cool. It's like an 8-episode horror series, but
I'm out.
Check that shit out. It's dope.
Okay.
The name is fucking weird. At no point did they like say it or reference anything. The cherries don't come up in the whole fucking series. I don't know what the point of the name is, but good show.
Cool.
Got the Jason Harris recommendation.
John,
going back to my beer, there's no cherries in my beer, but again, this Danish red lager from Fig Mountain, it's a classic Vienna lager. I mean, Jason spouted off all the awards it's won. It's fantastic. I mean, if you've had a really good Vienna lager, then you know what this tastes like because it's not far off.
Is it like a cheese Danish or like
cherry
cheese leaning? I don't know. Yeah, it's good beer though.
Nice.
John, we have one crossover. I'm waiting to open it until you do. I just don't know if it's next or if
it's going to be my next beer. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then I'll wait.
Yeah.
So I just cracked a robot from him. Stereo.
Another great beer.
Filled
red
today, and it's a 9.5% imperial red ale. And so, fuck, dude.
Before Tim was on the show, Tim came on after our weird transition when Matt left. And during that transition where we didn't have Matt as the main host, we did this thing where we brought brewers over to my house into the studio and just did a whole session with them. Like, because we used to record four shows at a time. So we thought, bring a brewer over, bring all your beer and we'll do it. And Ron Smets, is that his name? Rick. He was our first one, I believe, to do that with us.
I drove him out, and man,
yeah,
it was fun. It was a fun. It was
a good time.
Yeah. But yeah, he brought that beer with him, and my God, it's like
it's a scary,
in my
drinkable
opinion,
beer.
Like a modern interpretation of like Arrogant Bastard. It's
so
not
much better though.
Nearly as abrasive. It's way smoother, way more tasty. It's richer. It's a fantastic beer.
It's candy and dank all at the same time on the nose.
Ooh, that sounds really nice.
And it's 9.5%, and the alcohol is like on paper.
It's Greg's bachelor party. And
on
like,
paper.
And look, who do we got coming in the room? It's like, hi there, I'm Candy, and I'm Dank.
Candy's been smoking a lot of weed. It's like Candy went to a Grateful Dead concert and ended up in a glass. That's this beer.
Oh God.
I can't say enough about it because I mean, I'm not like a 9.5% sort of beer drinking guy, but for whatever reason, this beer is just so crushable.
Craig, you're
for its-
100% a beer drinking guy.
I know, but I'm not a 9. When I go beer shopping, I'm avoiding beers that are above 7.5% generally.
Oh, same. Yeah, usually.
We don't want his foot to fall off.
Yeah.
Also, is that something that is crowler or tap only, or is that
No, they can it. They can it. They were just
Okay.
happened to be out because they had a heavy ass party last night at the watch party, and the dude had to work. He was there. He closed. He did a clopen where he closed last night and was opening today. And his like Del Taco package was still on the counter, and like his eyes were just like double bagged. And his name is Mike. And
did you finish the half a burrito that was left over for breakfast?
Yeah, for sure. He is.
Yeah, they were celebrating because the beer that Greg has, Robot, it got a gold medal in the strong ale category.
And in 2018, it also won a silver.
Nice.
So
it's a great beer. Yeah.
So I have another. This one is at least somewhat adjacent. So this is a brewery that I don't really get very often. Moxa, which they're, I believe, in Sacramento.
Oh yeah. I think Tim had their beer on the show quite recently.
They don't get very widely distributed down here, but they are kind of one of the breweries that people were pretty hyped about. Oh, they're in Rockland, but they're in the greater Sacramento area, I believe.
Shout out to Patreon listener Christina, who lives in Rockland.
Yeah.
Also, I would also say shout out to Connor from Hopheads. He's the guy who does a lot of their label design.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, that was brought up on that show. So
exactly. He's out in Denver right now, but he still does a lot of their stuff. And I
used to be in
follow him
California.
Yeah, I follow him on Insta, and like I'm always like, dude, your labels are so fucking bomb.
So Moxa won a couple medals at the California Beer Cup. They got a silver for hazy IPA and a gold for wooden barrel aged for their nightcap.
That's high marks.
And then a gold for herb and spice beer with a beer called Summertime. This is not one of those beers. This is a West Coast IPA, which is, according to a picture of a slide I saw, the category that has lost the most, one of the three categories that has lost the most market share in the last year is a West Coast IPA.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, totally.
Wow.
And so, yeah, we've got ourselves a West Coast IPA. It is made with Citra and Nelson from Hop Revolution Farms. And they say they're using 5.5 pounds per barrel of hops, which is a lot.
Was that a slide from CBC from Burt Watson from the BA?
It looked like it, but I just saw it on the internet.
Dr. Burt.
Okay. That's crazy. Like, I mean, IPA as category is still pretty strong. I'm assuming it's probably the strongest, but West Coast specifically declining. That's sad.
So session IPA, would you say it had more than 100 entries or less than 100 entries?
Less.
Session
I'd
IPA.
say less. I'd say
Okay.
less.
How about you, Jason?
For session, yeah, those are kind of dead, aren't they?
Yeah,
Say
90
more.
entries. 90 entries.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say they're dead. It's just beers are evolving. They're not what they used to be.
Hoppy Pilsner's taken over that segment.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting at. Yeah. But that's not an ale. So
True.
My next beer, I think this is a beer that Tim also has. This is from Pizza Port. This beer is called Travel Perks. This is a, 7.2% alcohol by volume IPA. And I had the
West Coast style IPA showcasing Strata, Kashmir, Columbus, and Izaka.
Thank you, sir.
Azaka.
Every
My
beer that
bad.
comes out from Pizza Port that goes into distribution, I just buy. I don't even think about
I know
it.
you.
It's going to be good.
Jason was like, "Oh my god, Pizza Port! I'm going to get it all."
Yeah,
I haven't seen that one yet.
this is my second time buying a 6-pack, and this is a fantastic beer.
I should be going to better stores, apparently.
It's beautiful.
I got this from Chevron. So
Well, fuck. My stores still have like coastal access. So
Yeah, this was canned on August 25th. So we are
Hey, same here. We're can buddies.
All right. Very fresh. That's what I'm getting at. So heavy dank nose on this. Just it smells like a classic West Coast IPA. Fruity, little bit of a bite, hot bite on the nose as far as like a like that acidic hot bite I sometimes get from West Coast IPA. Excellent beer. Super dry.
It's super dry, and it's definitely got that West Coast, like the West Coast hop bite. Like it's not killing you like say something Stone might do, but it is definitely not mellow like in New England or something like that. It's leaving that bitterness that West Coast IPAs are, I think, known for.
Yeah, definitely. It's
refreshing to have that again.
Mm-hmm. All right, quiz time again.
Okay.
American style IPA, just your West Coast, whatever. More than 400 entries or less?
Less.
Jason.
And I'm just gonna say more because I want it to be true.
Jason's right. It was 404.
Oh, okay.
Barely.
404 beer not found.
Yep.
Yeah.
Close enough. Closest without going over.
And then
in my head, I'm just picturing that Greg clicked on it and it just gave him a 404, and he's like, "Well, that must be how many entries they got."
And then Juicy Hazy, you got 427 entries.
Yeah,
but on the rise,
that's not that far off.
On the rise was Pilsner and Helles, got over 200 entries.
Fuck yeah!
I feel like over the last few years, Crispy Boys has been gaining steam. Like people are just getting more and more into pilsners and lagers than previously, and I'm here for
German style pills 210.
Do you think
pills 160?
Do you think maybe it's on the rise because it's something that is flavorful and refreshing, but also not too heavy usually? And since we can't go get bombed, well, for a while there we couldn't go and get bombed at
I'm talking over like the last 3 years, not just because of like COVID or whatever.
I mean, hasn't it been like 5?
Because time doesn't exist during COVID. Yes. I think it's just because speaking from my own perspective, I got into craft beer in like 2008, and
that's so 2000 late.
Everything back then was all about hoppy and whatever, where now it's not necessarily about hoppy beers, it's about juicy beers. And so I just think my group of people they're moving into this category where, and I think it's a lot of people, where they want something lighter to drink. They're getting older. They can't, metabolize higher alcohol beers like they used to. And they want something that they can just crack open and have, 3 or 4 of and not feel it.
Do any of you guys get like, at least I know I have, like with my girlfriend, like hazy IPAs like physically make her like stomach upset. Like
heartburn.
Like if she drinks hazy stuff, like she like doesn't feel well later, like to the point where it's just like she will maybe have a sip, but otherwise like I'm not even gonna drink those because they don't sit right.
I don't get physically ill. I just they're too much for me to process at this point on my palate. I don't want to drink them. I will buy like the lower alcohol versions that are kind of like the non-filtered juicy IPAs that technically are juicy, but they're just unfiltered and they're more tropical. But buying a proper like 8% juicy IPA, that's something I just don't want.
And as a point of reference to that whole conversation about Pilsner, it's what brewers like to drink, and brewers like to impress other brewers.
Oh, like
and
Shifties?
I think, yeah, and look at like Firestone Walker's Invitational, like I don't know, 3-4 years ago, where they have their beer for the average Joe who wants the tick beer, and then the unofficial Jason Harris Pilsner guide, to go try all the Pilsners.
I didn't make that.
That's where it was born.
I just found that there's
made it,
there's literally dozens of us.
Yeah, but I think all these beers are on tap and they're delicious, and I think that people are branching out and going, maybe I just want like some lager.
The big thing is I think a lot of beers today are really good in a taster, but they're not good in a pint. You know what I'm saying? Like, and again, I'm just old man beer rants, but a lot of the styles we have right now are so sweet. Really the sweetness and the big aggressive flavors that are coming in a lot of these beers are just, it's something you want 4 ounces of, but not a lot of. And again, I sound like every old guy during the IBU wars, right? Like where they're just like, goddamn IBU beers that take the teeth enamel off you. That was a big. Where did that come in? That old guys would say that bitter beer is going to take the enamel off your teeth. That was like a thing I heard all the time.
It was like 10 years ago.
Like Ice House.
Every old man used to say
Ice
that.
House was a commercial that they had the bitter beer face.
Yeah, every single fucking old man who has been perfecting his brown ale homebrew.
Much respect to you, bro.
God bless him.
Yeah, brown ale.
Even now, they're like, see, I was right. We're coming back. Brown ales are coming back. I don't think, as far as my palate's concerned, I still love hoppy beer. I love bitter beer. I just don't want heavily taxing beer. I don't want like thicker bodied beer. Like I want regular West Coast dry IPA.
That's 100%.
A hazy pale ale is something like what Radiant went for. Even if they had it, I'd be like, I don't want to buy a 4-pack of that. I can easily down a 4-pack of their West Coast IPA that's, 7.3%. But there's something about those hazy beers that do tax you. Like I can drink 2 maybe, and I'm like just heartburny, and I don't know. I'm old.
Yeah, Chew Your Beer in the YouTube chat says hoppy lagers and pills are perfect for all day drinking, and a hazy gets old by the time you get to the bottom of the glass. And that's like exactly how I feel about it. It's like, okay, I made it, and I have 5 more in my fridge. I guess I'll just drink those throughout the week and
Chew Your Beer representing the everyman because his profile pic is just a Chevy Silverado. Or is that a Suburban? I can't quite tell. Yeah.
Well, it's just the front end, so it looks like it might be a Suburban because of the. It looks like it has another.
I do see it could be just be a dual cab, but it could be a full on.
Dude, also in the chat is Future State from England, who we had on the show, and his hazies were fucking spot on.
Yeah, agreed. And over in England, it's like 10 o'clock. So
he's late night
hanging out.
I
Tim, do you have
beer.
Any more thoughts?
What do you got?
I had a final thought. This Moxa beer. There's something weird about it that's not sitting right with me. So, I mean, it was not bad enough to not finish it, but there's something. I don't know. Something didn't agree with me. I couldn't put my finger on what it was. It's very light, very mild. It's very hop flavor and not hop bitter. But I don't know.
I didn't care
know.
for
Is it older
their lager
or...
that they had.
No, it's pretty fresh. It's from July.
Okay.
So 2 months old. But
final thoughts. Solid. I don't know that it's necessarily the best thing Pizza Port makes, and I'm sure you guys would all tend to agree, but it definitely had all the characteristics of what Pizza Port tends to stand for in terms of hoppy West Coast IPAs. So, it was good. I liked it. It had all the characteristics I'd want, but I think if you're out looking for Pizza Port, you're probably going to go for something, Swami's or Chronic or something more that they have.
Is it memorable?
I mean, it honestly, like West Coast IPA, unless you find one that specifically stands out, tends to blend together just like
I completely agree. I think it blends in with a lot of other Pizza Port IPAs. It's well made. It's very good. But if I had to drink this side by side with like 6 other Pizza Port IPAs, I don't know if I could, distinguish it from other ones. It's good beer though. Buy it again. So
yeah. One of my favorite beers in the world, which I've been a huge champion of forever, is Metaplex from Unsung Brewery here in Anaheim, literally walking distance from my house, right across the street from Modern Times. It's a Mosaic Bomb, and it's a beautiful West Coast IPA, and they crush that style. And whenever they have it, it's a must purchase because it's one of those like must purchase beers because it's like my 5 out of 5, always delicious. Whatever hops they get for it are like the best. If you like Mosaic, you'll love Metaplex. It's not like rough around the edges. It's just pure good drinking.
And
you
if
know
you
what they
don't
do
like
there?
Mosaic, then turn off the goddamn podcast
Yeah,
right now.
get out of here.
Get the
Go
fuck
on.
out.
Go on, get.
Do you know if
Go
they
on,
do
get
their
now.
own distribution or they?
I think so. Yeah.
Because I see them occasionally at La Bodega in Riverside, but
I,
it's only like the special stuff that they do.
I
don't
mean,
see,
they have
like,
a
the
pretty
regular
big brew
brews.
house, but they push a lot across their bar here in Anaheim. So good on them. Like they make a lot of their money out of their brew house. Great people too.
Great people got no reason to live.
Such a good beer. Goddamn. And this won silver at the CA craft beer cup thing. Or bronze, sorry. But bronze for IPA is like, good job, man. You're in the conversation.
So I think something that's kind of interesting to me is that it seems like the breweries. So I have the list of the California Craft Beer Cup and GABF beers.
Mhm.
There's not a lot of breweries that are in both, and I think a lot of breweries will do one or the other. It's almost kind of like a tier thing.
Me and Greg were talking about this before the show.
There's not a lot of breweries that put in the craft California one.
Yeah, it's the California. I gotta close this door. Hang on. Yvonne just got home.
hi, Betty.
Should have a better.
What was
Black
that Sublime
Betty,
song that has the
Rama,
dog
Rama.
at the beginning?
I don't know. Is that
All
the
of
one
them.
about raping a minor, or is it the one about
Smoking weed, or
he's in a van doing heroin or something?
one about his mom doing crack.
Or he's like surfing with something.
Is it the one about Long Beach?
Yeah.
Where was I?
Betty?
Never mind.
Betty-
I was
Betty
talking
IPA?
about how CCBC
So,
entries
Oh,
tend to
we
be
were talking
mostly northern.
So not a lot of it seems like not a lot of California breweries, especially down here or San Diego or LA, enter that competition. It's pretty Northern California centric.
Yeah, as far as the California Craft Brewers Cup goes, it seems like there's just it's heavily weighted towards like Northern California breweries, and I think it's just because maybe a lot of
I think it's 'cause
SoCal breweries don't know that it exists, kind of thing.
I think it's because the festival and the organization and everything is all in Sacramento.
Right.
So it's very heavy on Sacramento, and the farther away you get from Sacramento, the less there is. I know they talked about, I mean, COVID just kind of fucked the whole thing. Like they went to Long Beach, and I think they were kicking around the idea of moving it around. I think it would really help if they moved it every year to where it's like this year it's in San Diego, this year it's in the Bay, like this year, like
Oh, that'd be great.
It's the California, Craft Brewers Cup, and
What better place than the
the
capital,
association serves the entire state, and California's a huge state, so maybe go north one year and then south and then central and work your way, in between those areas.
like the Craft Brewers Conference does that, right? It moves around.
A different city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a perfect segue. So
Tim, what are you drinking?
between Red Ales, Sacramento, and the California Brewers Association, I have the CCBA. Where's that sun? The
I had
sun's
that
everywhere.
beer.
There it is. The collaboration from Urban Roots.
Nice.
This
I'm
is
curious to
yeah.
see what you think about it. I had
This
that a
is
couple weeks ago.
6.2% red ale.
You got in their ear, Greg.
It is made with English crystal malts, and it is dry hopped with Centennial, Cascade, and Amarillo. They say it tastes like their 1995, which is apparently the red ale Urban Roots makes. But this was brewed in collaboration with brewers across the state, and proceeds go to the Craft Brewers or California Craft Brewers Association, which is awesome. So I'll always buy something that supports that. The color is beautiful.
Yeah, it's a weird style to brew as a collab beer. I'm okay with it, but yeah, it just seems like I don't like red ale a lot personally. So if I
You
saw
should
buy
like it.
Greg is getting triggered by the reaction of every brewery
Oh,
that he
good.
asked. Greg's like, I want to do a red ale collab, and
I'm
they're
gonna
like,
do a
"Wow,
red ale
A red
show.
ale's
I'm
a
gonna-
weird beer to do.
I'm
for a
gonna
collab,
procure the world's best red ales, and I'm gonna send them to all of you, and then we'll have a red ale show,
I would
and I will
love
show
that.
you the beauty that is red ale.
Is
Well,
it's going to be in there?
Fortunately for you, Evil Dead
damn.
Red is coming out in a month or so. So
Yeah, that's
Well-
a beautiful one too.
I feel like red ale kind of falls into. So I always say like Marzen and like Oktoberfest style beers are always my favorite, just because they have like a lot of maltiness that comes out, and it's like a really nice balance. I feel like red kind of tangentially falls into that category with like the maltiness that it tends to have. It give or take. I mean, it's got sometimes a little more like I want to say like a coppery sort of thing, sometimes mixed with hops. And I'm going to butcher this because I have no tasting experience compared to Greg. I see him nodding and shaking his head and kind of going back and forth. So I'm obviously like hit or miss on this, but it's a style that I like, but really depends, I think, on how it's brewed. And this one particularly, it has a nice malty like sweetness, which obviously I think is coming from those English crystal hops or crystal malts. And then it's got a really interesting sort of bitter finish. It's a really subtle finish, and obviously that's coming from the dry hops.
Yeah, I had that beer on a show maybe 3 weeks ago, and I thought it was way overly bitter for my taste.
Yeah, it
Like for a red ale.
Exactly. I think for a red ale, it ends in a very strong.
It was like, whoa, yeah, 1995-ish.
But granted,
finish.
coming off of the Travel Perks, which was I think the 7.2 West Coast IPA, like this doesn't feel as overwhelming, but I can completely see how if I just had this by itself, that perhaps the bitterness would be too much.
Yeah, bitterness shouldn't be the overwhelming factor on a red IPA or red IPA on a red ale. If it is overly bitter, then it's out of balance. That's just
I feel like
unfortunate.
if a red ale is too hoppy, you automatically get pushed into that like
Red IPA.
arrogant bastard category where
Hophead
you're fighting sweet maltiness and bitter hops, and that's not good for a lot of people. You might, it's all personal taste, but yeah, it could be conflicting.
It just has to be balanced. That's all.
Yeah. Jason, what do you got, man?
So this brewery won a bronze in Imperial India Pale Ale, and they won a silver in Juicy or Hazy India Pale Ale. This is a friend frequently featured on the show, North Park Brewing Company.
Not quite friends yet.
Not quite friends of the show. We haven't like
hopefully one day.
had them on the
Friends.
show.
Can we please be friends, because their stuff has been solid and
Oh, they're
Yeah.
so
Foo.
yeah. Shout out, you hear us.
This is their 5th anniversary triple dry hopped West Coast double IPA. It is Citra, Incognito, Centennial, Amarillo, Citra. It says Citra twice. Simcoe and Mosaic and Strata.
Wait,
got every hop.
hold on, wait.
Citra.
I haven't heard of Incognito. That's a new one on me.
Well, they've been really trying to keep it quiet.
So, Jason, this says Citra Incognito and then Citra. So I think Citra Incognito might be the hop, not
I
just
swear to God.
because there's a comma between. It says Citra Incognito, comma, Centennial, comma, Amarillo, comma, Citra, comma. So there's
I'm
no
writing
comma between
Kelsey
Citra
McNair.
and Incognito.
I'm writing Kelsey McNair a strongly worded email right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Why?
So Incognito is a new advanced hop product.
It's not Citra Incognito?
It's a liquid hop, according
Hold
to
on.
Future
I'll let
State.
you- okay,
Data.
let's let Jason
All
finish.
natural, full spectrum hop product. No vegetative material, flowable at ambient temperature. So it's basically like hop juice. And it
that's-
is available in Citra, Mosaic, and Sabro.
I think the important takeaway from that is it's flowable at ambient temperatures.
Well, also for John, it's non-vegetative.
Well, no,
Yeah.
I'm a vegetarian vegan. What are you talking
Flowable.
about?
Yeah, but you hate. But why do you hate Idaho?
I do
Because
hate
of its
vegetable
vegetative-
beers. Yes. And that's important. You're right. Because
I'm
the
vegetative.
bad thing about using massive amounts of hops is you do get a vegetal green character from those hops. So I know the not the hop oil. What is it? The oh gosh, not cryo hops, but the other
Lupulin
concentrated
crack.
I don't know, the whatever it was before. Like you really had to boil the shit out of those. God, it was some kind of oil. It was really syrupy. You had to boil it very, very aggressively to get it to infuse properly into the liquid. So, since this infuses at ambient temperatures, or flows at ambient temperatures, that sounds like it's easier to work with. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, it looks like it comes in a jug and is like a hop syrup, pretty much. Yeah. It's like they've extracted all the hop flavor into a concentrate. So that is why Citra is twice, because there's Citra Incognito and then also regular hops. So I guess at some point, maybe early on, they used a bunch of the Incognito stuff, which
I would guess that was probably like a late boil hop, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's basically hop extract, right?
I'll delete my email to Kelsey.
Okay, your strongly worded email.
You have Citra in here twice.
Kelsey.
That's too many Citras. I want a regular amount of Citra in my West Coast IPA.
Your little like email there reminds me of we've been going to an improv show like a couple times we've gone, and they have a segment where it's like somebody, basically the audience obviously shouts out like the things, but it's called like customer service email, where they pick a product and then they have to write in, and like the two actors correspond, and that's exactly what it sounded like.
Oh my god.
I mean, maybe like me, I was ripping off Family Guy. There's a whole bit in Family Guy where they do a bit about Bridgeport, Connecticut.
Oh jeez.
And then it's like, dear Family Guy bastards, I'll have you know that Bridgeport, Connecticut, and like just again, the leader in gas stations without pumps, broken windows, and stray dogs. This beer is fucking great. It's 8.5. It doesn't taste like 8.5. It's got a little bit of bitterness, but it's not crazy bitter, but it's got enough of a bite to let you know it's a proper West Coast IPA. It's got a really good hop flavor. North Park just consistently knocks hoppy beer out of the fucking park.
Hop food.
They're probably one of the best in California, I would say.
I'm waiting for the North Park Radiant collab. That's what I want.
And they got silver for hazy, bro. Come on.
They got silver for hazy and bronze for Imperial. The like winning in 2 IPA categories is huge at GABF. And they deserve it. They own.
Well, getting away from the hoppy beers, my last beer is from Mission Brewery they're out of San Diego proper. Is that correct?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
This is Dark Seas. I don't buy Mission's beers a whole lot, and Dark Seas has
been around for a while, hasn't it?
Yeah,
that's a classic beer, dude.
This
beer, is it in a 32-ounce can?
No, it's not that. It's not that. Yeah, Mission was like one of the first breweries to actually not necessarily use crowlers to give people beer from the brewery, but they put beer in a crowler. And you could buy it on a shelf, like 32 ounces of beer, and it was bizarre to see at the time. But now it's just the norm.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't Mission one of the early acquisitions from Big Beer? Or
no, not to my knowledge.
They're still indie.
Oh, okay. Maybe I make.
And they have a beautiful brew house. I think it was like one of the old Wonder Bread bakeries.
Ooh, that's cool.
It's all brick.
I did not know that. But yeah, this is basically just Imperial Stout, Russian Imperial Stout, 9.8% alcohol by volume, 75 IBUs, and it won gold at GABF this year. So there's at La Bodega, they have a lot of cold boxes, and that's where they keep like the IPAs and like the stuff that should be cold. But then right on the opposite side are the shelf beers. They have a section that's shelf beers that are all like really good hype beers, like barrel aged stuff and sours and all that kind of stuff. And then they have the 6-packs of stuff that just tend to be shelf turds. And every beer I bought for this show was on that shelf turd shelf. Not that they're shelf turds, but they're just beers that are always there. They just exist. And this is one of those beers. I was happy to see it So I've never had this beer, and I'm looking forward to trying it. And it kind of breaks up the. God, the last time I had a stout, I don't know, a Russian Imperial Stout. Yeah.
Oh, Riz? Shit, dude, it's been like a year, unless it's like barrel aged or something.
No, it's just a regular stout. Yeah.
I think I got one more than everyone else, so I can wrap it up here as well with my last beer.
I have one more beer as well.
Oh, well, then I stand corrected.
Well, I'll be right back and get another one too.
I'll be right back. Well done. So speaking of Radiant collabs, since we were talking about that, my last one here is the 710 to the 91 to the 5, which I resonate with just speaking like that in general, which I don't think
the joke,
most,
right?
Yeah, most people from SoCal will not like. We refer to freeways as the X or the X, like it's just an entire language of how to get around.
I think because freeways in SoCal are iconic, right? Like they're a thing.
Well, it's the only way to get around, and there's like 10,000 of them.
My understanding from what I read, I looked into this one day, is that the in front of freeways is because the freeways here used to be named something. It would be like the Joe Smith Express.
They still are,
or whatever.
Yeah,
they still are, but we don't really use those names anymore. But in the olden days,
I live off the Sonny Bono Freeway.
Well, yeah,
did you know that?
The 10 is the Christopher Columbus Freeway, and the 118 is the Ronald Reagan Freeway or Highway.
And in the olden days, I think people referred to them as that, so they got used to saying the blank, and then it would just be like, which one? Oh, the 10. Okay.
Then we got fucking lazy.
Well, listen, I'm not going to memorize a bunch of fucking assholes' names that change every 20 years.
Anyway,
exactly.
Let's put this somewhere where the sun is not. Oh no!
We stopped calling it by their names when they named one after fucking Reagan.
Nope. There we go. So, yeah, seriously. So this is the Radiant Beechwood collab, and the 710 to the 91 to the 5 is how you get from Long Beach to where Radiant is. And I like that.
Yeah.
I like how you censored Anaheim.
Oh, I just didn't even think about it, honestly.
Greg's over here. Greg was triggered.
So this is
go ahead.
This is an Imperial style pale lager, so an IPL, 6.5. And apparently this was the first collaboration they did at their new facility, Radiant, that is. So kind of cool. Plus, when I saw it, I was like, oh, well, I completely, like we just talked about, resonate with that name.
Yeah. What's the Nixon? Is that Imperial Highway? The Richard M. Nixon Highway?
57, I think.
Is the 57? Oh, okay.
I mean, he's from Santa Ana or somewhere.
Yeah,
or Yorba Linda. Yeah.
Because his museum is off of Imperial Highway.
There's a Richard Nixon museum. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It's in Yorba Linda.
Yeah. Just like there's going to be a Donald Trump museum.
Because I've been to the Reagan Library a couple of times. They've had some really cool things up there.
I went to the Gerald Ford one in Grand Rapids, Michigan. That was fun.
Where have you been, Jason?
I haven't been to any president museums.
We should do a 4B on the road and go to Richard Nixon's.
I went to Bill Clinton's library of old Hustler magazines in the woods.
I've only been to the Nixon library because we service their elevators.
Ooh, I love that one, Jason or Greg. Sorry.
So yeah, I went to Carl Strauss this morning, 11 a.m. right when they opened, and looking for their coffee stout, their coffee beer that won, but they didn't have it, so I bought Aurora Hoppy Alice instead.
Greg, you're hustling, man. You actually went to breweries. That's cool.
I went to every single. I bought all these beers today.
Greg lives closer to breweries than I live to the grocery store. So
I went
seriously, yeah.
Went down by Angel Stadium to Carl Strauss, went up the 57 to the 91 to hit Brewery Teru, down the road like a 1 mile to Stereo, back to Radiant by my house.
Cool. Jason, what do you got? You got something that
I took a risk.
I did not expect you to buy, by the way.
I'm taking a risk. I'm seeing how they're doing these days.
Oof.
Package July 22nd. It is Alpine Nelson.
Shivers. Shiver me timbers.
July 22nd. That's
it's less than 2 months old. It is normally when I find these are 8 months old. So Alpine Nelson, which is one of my all-time favorite beers. I haven't had it in a little while, but I've heard they've been getting better. So let's give it a shot.
Yeah, your camera does not do it. It looks like
it doesn't
Yeah,
like
that
me,
looks
man, because my
shit.
camera's on my monitor.
It looks light
So-
brown.
Do you have like a ring light or a lamp?
It looks light brown.
Well, my camera's on my monitor, so when I put it here, it gets all the monitor light.
It looks
yeah,
like
I
you have
think
a glass
Jason's
of
just
sand.
being lit from his monitor. It's so
Yeah.
bright.
How big's your monitor? Jeez.
27 inches.
That's what she said.
That one's 27. That one's 24.
Wow, there's two.
How is it?
Pretty fucking good, guys.
Really?
Pretty fucking good, boys.
Let's go.
Yeah, this is not bad. It is. Future State said it looked oxidized. It just looks shitty on camera. It looks fine.
Don't.
Yeah.
Compared to Tim's beer, that looks like just rich golden goodness.
Yeah, it's actually pretty damn solid.
I've
I
had
would
beers
not
recently
say-
from Alpine, and I would agree. I think they're still, it's brewed by Green Flash, and they are trying to nail the recipes. It seems like they're trying and they care, which is cool. So I would agree with you, Jason.
But we all have to take a road trip to McElhaney and try the goddamn Months IPA, which is
Oh,
Jesus
and we'll get
Christ.
some of that old school Alpine hospitality, which I remember going there when they were in the original
they
location.
have improved.
And they're like, "Fuck you! Why are you fucking here? You fucking outsider! Get the fuck out of my town!"
No. They're all so pleasant.
I can't wait till we can get together again. I'll bring a 10-foot
I'm like-
table with me.
I have a pile of money. How much merch will you sell me? Can I buy socks? Can I buy a hat? And they're just looking at me like, "You piece of fucking shit! What are you doing here?" Like that was
Why
my
are you wasting
experience
my
at the
time?
original Alpine before
Garbage
they got
person.
bought out. They're just like, "You fucker, get the fuck out of my town, you piece of shit!" And like, I will. Can I have a case of beer though?
Dude.
They're like, "Fuck you." Okay.
And there's so they don't have food anymore there. There's the raddest Mexican food place right next door, so you can get like food and just bring it over. Goddamn, such a rad. They have a like their old outdoor thing is still there, but the inside tap room is all fresh and new. It looks beautiful. There were
Yeah,
shiny, happy
we got to
people
get
in there.
down there. I am like craving classic Alpine goodness.
I was craving San Diego.
Okay.
Just being in San Diego sounds great.
I'm just craving all
I was
these
just
guys.
there at Alesmith picking up 40s of Sublime
I
beer.
saw that. That picture was rad.
Santeria.
It was kind of I was emotional. I was sitting
Aw.
by myself at a table. I was at Alesmith
Crying
on
quietly.
on Labor Day.
Crying into his beer.
John's
No,
got his Sublime 40 ounce, and he just like, "I got my heaven, I got my red dress on." That's
No. I got a pint of the Alesmith X, which is their anniversary beer.
Were
I
you
think
screaming that second gear was such a turn on?
was not even thinking of Sublime at all.
Ah,
What the
that's
hell?
weird.
Yeah, I just got the beer. I put it in my car, and then I went back and got a pint. But I realized that I missed the smell of a brewery making beer while you're drinking a beer from that brewery. Like I think it's an off-putting smell to a lot of people. Like the smell of boiling wort isn't a pleasant smell, but
Really?
if you're a brewer,
I'm
you
like-
know what it smells like, and you're used to it. And I like it. And so I'm sitting there. I'm smelling the beer at the same time smelling like, the smell of
Grape nuts.
boiling wort and like mashed grains, and I'm just like, this is great. Like I
It's
felt,
grape nut cereal.
yeah, it was great. I wish I could have stayed for longer. It was a 2.5 hour drive home because Temecula sucks. Like
Goddamn, yeah,
Temecula is in a fucking area where they just cause so much traffic. Too many people live in Temecula. It sucks.
No, they're all lined up to go to the goddamn stupid casino. You're like, "Oh, the casino's coming up," and so now there's a fucking 20-minute slowdown of just cars lined up to turn to go to the goddamn casino.
Where this casino?
So 79 Morongo.
Yeah,
That's
No,
like,
Morongo's on the
no.
10.
Wow.
The
What?
casino in
horrible names.
Temecula.
There's a casino in Temecula?
Yeah, it's right off
Chonga?
79.
I had no idea.
at Pachanga.
Pachanga.
Oh, that's where Pachanga. Oh, I've never been to Pachanga. Okay, well,
Pachanga.
It's not right off the freeway.
Let's call the
but
whole thing
You
off.
have to exit there.
no, just in general, Temecula has bad traffic because too many people live there, and they didn't build the infrastructure to handle that massive amount of people moving down to Temecula.
So freeways, traffic, Southern California.
Yeah, it
Moving on.
it took me like 2.5 hours to get home from AleSmith, and
That's why I used to do a brewery crawl all the way home.
Again, I'm
He's
alone. It was Monday. No, not going to happen. But yeah, it was fun going to AleSmith. I was happy to be in a brewery setting again, but I would have much rather been with friends doing what we normally do at a brewery. So, getting back to my Mission Brewery beer. Speaking of San Diego, it's a classic Riz. It's tasty. It's not too bitter. It's not too roasty. Easy to drink. It's looks like a Riz. I mean, it's good. I can see why it won gold at GABF.
Do people realize that means Russian Imperial Stout? Because it took me a second, and I do the show with you.
Well,
Riz? Yeah.
John said Russian
Riz.
Imperial, and then Nagel Bagel said Riz.
a Riz.
So I put it together.
Okay.
Okay.
Get with it,
Stoned is the
Jason.
IRS.
Well,
I mean, some breweries do the IRS, but it's a Riz.
Imperial Russian. Yeah.
try to avoid the IRS, you mean?
Yeah. That's a bad analogy.
Not at all.
Oh, I want to drink this IRS.
I'm
this
still waiting on
IRS
my
is
tax
delicious.
return, by the way. I have not gotten it back yet.
What?
Yep. I filed in May 11th.
We're getting
I
real
wanna
boring.
I sent them a check.
Strongly-
I sent them a check back in April, and I haven't gotten shit back yet either.
Yeah.
I know,
Freeways, traffic,
they owed
IRS.
$6,000.
Guys, everybody's falling asleep at this point.
So are we done? I think.
Yeah.
Are we done?
I'm done.
We've gone through all the
GABF,
beers.
Yeah, the show's over. We're quitting.
The
I just want to make sure because
GABF happened. And,
I just wrap it up by saying a lot of the breweries that won at JBF are much deserving and have been making fantastic beers for quite a long time. And so it's really cool to see the representation and to just be able to pick up a lot of these pretty easily. And at least for us in SoCal, I know we're spoiled, but it was really cool.
One of the cool things about the GABF awards ceremony is immediately following the awards, they have their members only session. And that's where you can try all of the award-winning beers because they save their best stuff for that session. And
You
And
get
they
a
put up
members only
signs
jacket.
on the signs for the beers. They put like the GABF medal on the actual signs. So you're like, oh shit! So you can
And for
kind of walk
members only,
around.
for members only, it's members of the Brewers Association and the American Home Brewers Association.
And you get an
So-
actual glass.
Yep, not plastic. That's the best time to try those beers, and it's cool because one, you get to try the beers that just won medals at GABF, but two, typically most of the brewers that actually made the beer are there, and you can take pictures with them, talk to them. It's fun. Everyone's happy. It's the best session.
It is absolutely.
Yeah, it's really cool. So obviously we don't have that this year, but it's still cool to be able to seek these beers out and try them because they're still great beers. So congrats to everyone that won at GABF and at the California Craft Brewers Cup, which I still don't know by heart. Because it's still fairly new in my mind. Y'all are great and keep making great beer.
Peace out.
Is that a good way to end it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a little fumbly, but we ended it.
Yeah, that was
Who am I to
beers.
criticize? Sorry.
deliciousness.
All right.
So Jason,
Do
now
not
that you're-
forget to upload your files because I'm way
Oh.
behind on shows, but I want to put this one out this week, and then next week will be our Oktoberfest, and then
All right.
we're gonna finish all the alphabet beers following that. So
You guys are good with Sunday next week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
9/11,
Sunday, I think I'm okay with Sunday.
20 years of 9/11.
Yeah, Sunday should work.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, social media is fucking insufferable right now.
All right, exporting. But yeah, good show, man.
I had to get my new router from the mailbox.
What'd you get?
Like a TP Link.
Oh,
Nice.
It's nothing fancy. I just we have the like gateway that the AT&T fiber gives you, but it's in a closet, like in the back room. And the signal's okay in the living room, but the apartment's wired, so I'm going to set up a second gateway in the living room.
TP Link
wow.
is set it and forget it.
That's cool.
But the problem is I had one before, but I'm so like out of the loop in checking stats that the last one I ordered was only 100 megabit on the WAN port. So I was like, oh shit. So I had to get a
And you're
gigabit.
way above that now, right? Like
Yeah,
you're in
yeah.
like gigabit. No?
Yeah. The place is wired for gigabit. And so I was like, oh fuck me. I was like, why is this so slow all of a sudden?
Is it a new building or are they just
We're the first ones in this room. Like this is brand new.
That's
I did the
awesome.
same thing, honestly, Tim, if it makes you feel better. A few years ago, I was like, all right, I'm upgrading my whole fucking home network, and here's the gear. And then my homie was like, yeah, I think that that router you got only has a fast Ethernet port. Yeah, what's your speed? I was like, 300 megs. Like, yeah, that's not going to work. I was like, God damn it, I'm an IT professional. I'm a fucking idiot.
I
So,
know that's
whatever.
exactly what I did. I was like, I hooked it all up and like I was just perfectly fine. And I thought like, oh, this is totally cool. And then I put it in and I was like, why is this so? Oh yeah,
I've been there, Greg. That's in Hayward, California.
Going back to Tim, the Eero, I cannot speak enough about how awesome Eero is. Like the Eero Pro setup, it's expensive. I think it's $600 for 3 access points, but they all have Ethernet ports. I have one in my living room, one
by Berkeley, Greg.
Yvonne's office, and then one in the garage. And I have different, like my Apple TV is hardwired to one of the nodes, even though it's technically communicating over Wi-Fi. The Apple TV likes things better if it's like hardwired, and they're fantastic.
Well,
So-
when I put
Go
this in,
east.
I'm going to Ethernet it through the wiring in the building, in the house or apartment to the router, and I'm going to hardwire my Xbox and my TV to said router. So that should be.
Yeah, I mean, since your house is all wired, just get some, gigabit switches, and you're good to go. So, I'm jealous. I shouldn't be jealous because I ran my own wiring in my
right
house.
at the bottom, middle.
I just
Yeah,
need
I mean-
faster internet. So
Yeah. Well, when I came in, I was trying to figure out like what to get, and thankfully,
on the left.
like fiber was available here, so I just went for it.
yeah, that's fiber's the
Near
best,
there.
man.
Pretty sure they're near there.
So Drake's.
All right. We got
How
Drake's.
close? How close?
5 miles. 5 miles.
Oh, nice.
Nailed it.
What is this? Mark
Well, it's off
Twain
the-
Brewing Company?
It's off the mighty muddy Missouri, probably.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that Val Kilmer? It's not a documentary, but
Yeah,
the thing.
I
haven't
liked
seen it
him
yet.
less after watching it. I was
Oh.
like, wow, he's really fucking insufferable. Like even now, having lost his voice, he's just a complete fucking douche. I don't know. I came out of it liking him less. I was like, all right. I thought Val Kilmer was fine before this, but now I'm like, man, fuck that guy.
It didn't change if I like him or not. I just was like that. The dude he has turned into is just so not the guy that he was in movies. You know what I mean? Like, just he's a completely different person. Voice problems.
Where's Mark
and-
Twain born?
and cancer aside,
Where was Mark Twain born?
I don't know. We're not allowed to use things.
I want to say it's in Missouri.
Probably.
Mark Twain, huh? Okay. Let's see if we can find like a city.
I'll get those files. Oh, hey, look at that. I get those files
It
uploaded.
just says Mark Twain.
You guys have fun.
All right,
All
Tim.
right, man.
Catch y'all later. See you next
Later,
Sunday. Let me know what the theme is. Or do we
All
want to
right.
talk about that at
Dude,
all?
every business here is Mark Twain. Let's have a Mark Twain themed
Should
show.
just figure it out on the fly.
Yeah, we'll figure it out later.
All right. Take it easy, guys. See ya.
Later.
bye.
Man, this looks like a tourist trap, dude. My God.
Car lock cars.
It looks delightful. Like
Wait, does that say Bette Midler House?
the Becky
Oh.
Thatcher house.
Okay.
Who is Becky Thatcher?
I don't know, probably Mark Twain's
All
fucking
kinds of
sister or some shit.
History going on here, though.
We got to look up some things, right? No?
Yeah.
No.
Okay,
Look
okay.
at how dope this house is, though. This is a colonial house, probably built in the 1800s.
1870. It literally says on the side right there.
Oh, okay.
It says restoration in progress circa 1870.
I mean, it was the South, right?
Yeah.
So Mark Twain's the South, obviously.
He was all about the Mississippi River, I feel like. He's in
Right,
like
so-
Missouri, dude.
Mark Twain National Forest. Bam.
All right.
He
We're
has a
getting-
national forest? I had no idea.
That's in Missouri, dude. There you go.
Yeah, yeah,
Fucking
yeah.
right
All
outside
right.
St. Louis.
So St. Louis. I'm just going to drop it down somewhere between St. Louis and right here.
Do it.
Why not? Bam. Hopewell. Okay. I hope we get it right. Oh,
Oh,
131 miles. That was all right.
It's not too
Pretty
bad.
good.
Yeah, that looks like a fun place to go sometime. Right on the river, too. Holy shit. Upland.
That's in
where the fuck is
Indiana.
Upland? Yeah, that's in Indianapolis, actually. I've
Yeah.
been there.
This is the first time we've been getting in American breweries. Like we are always
Yeah,
getting ones that are in
This
like
is all
fucking
American.
Spain.
I'm just guessing there. Done.
Fucking
Oh, it's
nailed it.
actually
Oh,
Bloomington.
Burlington or Bloomington, yeah. Burlington's in Vermont, I think.
The hell's this? Barley Brothers? Never heard of them.
Fuck.
Goddamn Barley Brothers.
What's that big fucking casino looking sign? Oh, it's not that big now.
This
Mall,
looks like
mall and brewery. Wow.
shit. What?
That like Comic Sans mall and brewery sign is great.
Barley Brothers. Island Mall. Is this
Well, it's island.
In
You said
Hawaii?
island, huh? God damn it, they blur out license plates. 928 is not Hawaii though. Hawaii's 808. So we're not in Hawaii.
London
London
Bridge? Mall.
Bridge.
There's the beach, so we're by the beach.
Arizona?
Yeah.
God damn it, John. I'll set you on fire.
What's this say? London
We're
Bridge.
geoguessing.
London Bridge is falling down. My fair lady. Shallow water boat traffic jumping prohibited. Hello.
This
Wait, what does it say? Island, mall, and brewery.
Yeah. All right, Derek in chat says there's a London Bridge near Havasu.
Yeah, that's why I
This-
said Arizona.
This does look like Arizona. John may be actually not lying. I thought you were just trolling because it said island.
All right. I've never been to Havasu, so
I
Neither
mean,
have
it's
I.
on the border of Arizona and California, so
okay.
My parents own a home in Havasu.
There we go. I'm just gonna go bam.
throw it down.
2.5
Bam.
miles, boys.
Nice.
Derek nailing it. Thanks, homie.
I think I got it, right?
You did, but I didn't-
Partially, Derek narrowed it down. So
Calusa Brewing. Never heard of them.
that's a good sign.
Mm,
Sizable. A lot of palm trees.
But also a lot of unfinished shit. Oh, here we
Hey,
go.
hey, Ian Black is in charge of it from the state. Michael Ian Black.
I don't know 981 as an area code. I'm
No
pretty
idea.
good at knowing those.
I follow him on Twitter, and I haven't seen a tweet from him in a while. Is he still on Twitter?
He probably took a social media break because it makes you want to kill yourself. So, advanced auto parts.
Never heard of that.
I mean, those are around. It's an enterprise car rental mullet supplies.
Here's where you get your mullet.
Oh, we're on Derek and Clark Drives for Derek.
Wow, somehow I
Thanks for hanging
stopped
out in the
following
chat,
him. Oh, shit.
Derek.
That's weird.
I unfriend you.
Like, I would not unfollow him. He's fucking cool. And he's funny.
He blocked you.
That's a way to get people to unfollow you. You block them and then unblock them.
Salt of the earth. What do you think that salt of the earth store is? Just all salt.
Tchotchke, like,
It's all just like artisanal salts.
they have
We're just
candles.
just like 10 old dudes who are like drunk.
This
So 941 area code is the
Zoom
one.
in on that van.
Yeah, 94. It's FSBO Homes, Smart Real Estate, 941 area code. Never heard of it.
no, it's not. That's not Cali. I don't think. At least not southern.
I'm
But even-
thinking more of like Florida.
It's green. Yeah, it's very green.
Very palm tree-y.
Yeah, this has a Florida vibes. Chappies.
Here's where you get your chappies. Oh, did you kill the dog? Here's the Paddy Wagon Irish Pub.
Oh my God. What a horrible name.
Oh, come down to the party wagon.
God.
The police
All
can't
right.
get you if you're already in here.
This is not San Diego.
Let's
right,
try to
there's
find
a
a
sign
highway
there.
or some shit. Yeah. Florida
this is like-
man.
This looks like
man.
Florida. I could just drop it like in Orlando or something and just be done with it.
Hold on, look at that trailer. What's it say?
Another 941. Oh,
Ah,
when
shit.
you. God damn it!
Yeah, there's like a swamp right there. This feels very Florida.
Like South Florida, right?
I don't know about south. This could be north. I mean, it's
Really?
the south of America, but not.
Let's see if this electrical station has any. Sometimes they have like a whatever county on it.
What the fuck was that brewery called again?
I don't know. Okay, here's a highway sign. 75 is right. I'm going to take a right here.
The 75.
I can drive 75.
Oh, come on now. What is happening here?
Oh, we're going back to
Back to
Chappies.
I don't want to go to. I don't want to go to Chappies. The Chippy Chappy. I just want to see the freeway, man. McDonald's.
How much is
7-Eleven.
gas?
Wow,
That'll give us a
cheap
hint.
as shit.
Compared, it's not California for sure with those gas prices. Ayo.
I'm guessing Florida, boys.
Yeah, but we got to narrow it down. We got to find a city.
Right.
One of these places is going to be like.
Well, there was a 75. I think I can.
I don't know. Yeah, okay. Yeah. You can use the 75 as a reference point. I
Is
guess.
there a 75? Here's 75 right here.
Zoom in.
And we're close to the water.
That's a pretty.
Let's say Sarasota, Florida. Let's try that. Right here. Right in the middle.
I agree. Fuck it.
Right in the middle,
about
boys.
there. Bam. 9 miles. Come
Dude,
on.
fucking
go.
nailed it.
Nice.
Well done. We did it, boys. That was fun.
Nailed it, boys.
I think we're getting better. Let's keep it to
Well, when we
America.
stay in America, when we're not seeing Tits 2000 back in New
Tits
Zealand or
2000.
wherever,
So good.
Tasmania, I think that was where that was.
Tits 2000. Wait, hold on. Go back. What did that say on the road? Tits 2000.
I'm like, there's writing on the road that'll tell us what country we're in. Tits 2000. All right.
Oh, that was
All
good.
right.
That was fun. Tits 2000.
And the Tits 2000.
So yeah, just look up Geo Guesser Brewery. And there's all these different maps, breweries around the world. USA tap
do another
rooms.
USA. We'll do one
Okay.
more.
Let's do tap rooms. Get my $2 a month worth of. This looks like Ballast Point.
It sure
It
does,
does.
homie.
Wow.
That's
Yeah. Oh, look at
the-
the glass. Look at the glass. That's Ballast Point.
Yeah, it looks
And-
like Ballast Point at Long Beach. Yeah,
Oh,
Long Beach.
Ballast
right in the
Point
that
harbor.
is
has
Long Beach. Yeah.
San Diego proper, Long Beach. The one in Temecula is closed, right?
Yeah, but that's Long Beach. It's on the water. It's the only one on the water.
Okay.
It's like somewhere around here.
All right. Fine.
Yeah,
4 miles. Nice.
Nice.
I know my tap rooms. I would never been
Wait.
there, obviously.
Okay, so she's wearing a North
I mean,
Face.
I didn't know Google Maps had fucking pictures in the bar.
Apple does too.
Company store. Founders. Calvin's-
Founders.
No, it's in Grand
Wow.
Rapids. Been there.
Just follow the racism.
I want to say they're northeast somewhere, and
They're
boom,
yelling. They're yelling. The N-word as we
1.4.
Wow.
Let's go. Let's go.
speak. Fuck yeah, nailed it, dude.
I know my fucking tap rooms, boys.
Elevation.
Okay.
Outer Range.
Poncha?
Well, no,
Never
the
heard of
Elevation Brewery. That's just somebody's fucking shirt.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you go up? Outer Range. Yeah.
Yeah, never heard of them.
2 pound tent. Flint Scraps, Belgian Pale Ale.
2 pound tent.
I want to say they're like in.
Hold on.
Wow. This is
Well,
like a cool
where's
brewery.
the brewery on that guy's shirt? Go back to that guy's shirt.
Poncha. It's blurred out.
All right, Poncha Rings. All right, that isn't. Again, there's like just a Google Street View guy wandering
Wow,
around
look
bars
at this.
now.
I'm going to guess Flagstaff, Arizona.
Snow.
Why?
Oh, 100%. There's snow in Flagstaff.
Well, just more. Yeah, you know
I
what?
get. So Flint something is like sort of Indian-ish. It seems like they're sort of like a
False Summit, 2 pound 10. Yeah, mountainy.
Yeah, they're mountainy, and
You know
I'm
what?
guessing Flagstaff.
I like your logic. Let's try Flagstaff. Let's do it.
Where the fuck is Flagstaff?
It's
from?
north of Phoenix. Follow the freeway north. Yeah, there you
Oh,
go.
there we
Oh,
go.
there it is. Yep.
And bam. Oh, dang.
Oh, Colorado. Well,
Wow. Sometimes you win. Sometimes you lose.
Sometimes you eat the bar. Sometimes the bar eats you.
Hey, we got some points. It's not a big deal. All right.
Hold on. Is that Mother Road Brewery? Because that's in Flagstaff.
Yeah, and it's got a Route 66.
well, they got a bunch of brewery signs though, so it might not be their brewery.
Oh, dude.
No,
there's
well,
two.
those are the
Oh,
Route
there's
66.
two. Okay, go with
Well,
go.
Route
Jason.
66 Mother Road. That's
Yeah,
hold
all
on.
right.
Hold on.
I'm going
Don't
back.
no. Don't go that.
Okay.
Don't go that crazy. Let's look around the bar.
I just want to say, hey, dude, this
Look
guy.
at that guy.
again.
Hunchback of Notre Dame here.
I did not realize that Google Street View is just walking around the bar, being like, "Hey, what's up?"
Here's me. Here's me.
Yep.
Crying. There's me.
Another hunchback.
That dude's reading a book.
Oh, God bless him.
John. That's John.
That's John.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not reading a book. No.
John never learned to read.
It's like a tiny little brewery.
Never learned to read.
It's a bike.
No, the brewery I went to in Flagstaff isn't this one. So let's go outside.
You can't.
Wait,
It's only
what?
indoors.
It's only indoors. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
Oh.
look. See the cans too? They have.
Those are Jones Cola.
But Mother Road.
Arizona
66.
Craft Brewers. God damn it. Let's just do Flagstaff. I swear to God.
All right. We're gonna hit it on this one.
I'll just keep hitting Flagstaff till we get it.
Damn to the yards.
Oh, wow.
Oh shit!
1,600 yards.
Nice.
Damn, minus 10 points off of that one. Holy shit. And there's Route 66.
Yeah, get your kicks.
Oh, wow. This is crooked.
Barware.
Could this one be any worse?
A photo booth? Beer
ball. There's some barrels. Here's like a logo, but backwards and doubled.
Can you move at all, or you just have this?
No, you're stuck.
photo?
This is like somebody with a 360 camera.
Yeah, this
Oh,
is
wait. Okay, Boulevard.
Oh
Kansas
shit!
City.
Missouri.
KC Mo Row. Farther left.
There we go.
There you go.
It's gonna go. Worlds
Yeah, I don't
of
know
Fun.
exactly where they are.
I want to
But
put it by Worlds of Fun.
And I missed a million miles
All right.
of fun.
7 miles. That's not bad.
Yeah, we got. That's not bad. The second one fucked us, but
If we would have got the Colorado one, we would.
dude, we nailed all of those. Very fun, man.
I like
GeoGuessr.
GeoGuessr. It's fun.
It's a fun way to end the podcast, I think.
It is. It's
We're
it's
going to be a
relaxing.
GeoGuessr podcast from here on out.
Yeah, dude. Look at how many people are streaming GeoGuessr right now. It's ridiculous.
The one of the comics, like webcomic guys I follow, does GeoGuessr shit all the time.
GeoGuessr. It's good. You don't. All it needs is a browser, so you're not like I need a huge gaming rig to play it.
Dude, did I tell you I finally got a video card?
Oh, you got the 2060 or what?
I got that 3060.
3060.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh.
It was
Welcome.
a bundle, and it was still more than I wanted to pay.
I think you
but-
posted a link in the.
I did, yeah.
Discord.
It was a 3060, a fucking power supply, a mouse, and
Are you
like
sure it's not a power supply that's going to blow up?
no, it's a good EVGA gold power supply, but and it's an EVGA mouse and an EVGA card, but all of that shit is like it was like $650, which is still ridiculous because I paid $270 for my fucking 1060. But in today's market, I got a deal.
2000.
Yeah, 5 years ago I paid fucking $270. Also around that time I paid $120 for Aiden's 1050, and those are selling for $300 now.
I know. It's so crazy.
Yeah, the power supplies that were blowing up were from Gigabyte, which I have a Gigabyte 1660 Ti in the computer that Greg gave me, which is fine. But yeah, they were bundling it with whatever card that they were
If I had
making.
a 1660 Ti, I wouldn't feel bad about waiting. Like that would be like, okay, I could hang out a little bit.
For
but-
me, it's fine. The last game I played on it was Resident Evil Village.
Yeah.
And that game had stuttering problems, like when multiple things were on the screen. It wasn't a problem with the graphics card. It was a problem with the game. But outside of that, it's been great. So.
I got to make sure that I have the horsepower to do so. 2042, Battlefield 2042, and Forza Horizon 5 are both coming out this year. So I got to be able to play
Battlefield's
those.
going to be the big one.
Forza, I put a lot of hours in. Forza Horizon 4, I probably had a few hundred hours in more. So Forza Horizon 5 is a big one for me. But yeah, Battlefield 2042, it ran kind of shitty on the alpha.
Oh God, for me too.
But my brother has
a
3090, and he's like, yeah, it ran like shit on my computer too.
Yeah, I put it like because of the alpha thing. We're not supposed to talk about it, but
Yeah, we
are
not in the alpha. We're gonna get fucking banned from the alpha.
I put in a thing on their forums or whatever, giving feedback. I was like, I couldn't play it, so
I had to turn it
About-
down. Running it at 1080, I had to turn it down to medium to get it to
At
run well.
1080?
Yeah, at all.
Wow.
I have a 2080.
Well, no. On my 1060, I was running it at 1080p at 1920 by 1080. Because I don't do 4K.
I own nothing 4K. Like it's so everything for me is
my TV's 4K. I've been getting a lot of UHD Blu-rays, but
yeah. Even I still have my plasma, my Panasonic plasma from 12 years ago. That's still fucking chugging along.
The moral of the story is
house.
my brother has a 3090 and he said it ran like shit on his computer too.
Right,
And I really think it's just not optimized yet. It's just early in the release.
God, I think it's going to be, I don't know. We'll see.
I liked it a lot better than I liked the last two so far. The physics are still a little weird. They made the helicopters too easy, I think, but that's probably good. We'll see how it goes.
I enjoy some Battlefield.
I heard good things about Alien. Hold on. Damn
the Alien game came out a couple years ago.
It's like a co-op game.
Deep Rock Galactic.
Hang on, I'm looking. It is. Hold on, still looking. Aliens Fireteam Elite.
There we go.
There it is.
Yep.
Yeah. I heard from some people that I follow on Twitter that it was very fun. And you guys know I'm not really good at
games.
But this one sounds like a game I could be good at. And if we were to all play it, I might have a chance of being good at it. So, and it sounds very fun. Brianna Wu says it's fucking awesome. And I trust her because she makes games and she's.
How many dollars in dues is this game? $40 in dues.
What does that mean?
Dollars. It's $40. Dollary dues.
Dollary dues. Okay. That's like easy IPAs. Is that?
Dude, we have Far Cry 6 coming out October 7th. We have
Man, I couldn't
Battlefield.
even get it through. I haven't finished Far Cry 5? I don't know.
Dude,
I
you
never
gotta
finished 4. I got real sidetracked to where I forgot what the story was, and then I started getting back in the story. I'm like, what the fuck are these guys talking about? And then I stopped playing it.
Far Cry 4 was the worst mindfuck because it puts you in the seat of like somebody who's fighting the evil the whole time, and then you realize like at the very end it gives you the choice of killing the boss, and you're like, you learn that he's not bad, and like everybody else sets you up to realize he's bad.
I'm gonna reinstall
you kill him,
it.
You're like, fuck it.
I'm gonna reinstall it and then just do the like wait intro and beat the game that way, and then say, "Yeah, I finished Far Cry 4." The whole thing in Far Cry 4, the like opening scene is like the bad guy, I guess, telling you like, "Wait here, I have to go do something," and then you like go fuck off and go on your adventure, right? But if you just hang out for like 10 minutes, he like comes back and the game ends, and you're like, "All right, you win."
Far Cry 5 does that too. You get the option to handcuff them, and if you don't handcuff them, the credits roll.
Yeah, it's just like, all right, the game's over. If you didn't make this choice, the game ends. I forgot Far Cry's coming out too. Fuck. Well,
Yeah,
I already pre-ordered 2 games. I guess I
don't pre-order shit, especially EA, dude. I'm like, wait till the shit hits, man.
With Battlefield, I mean, like they've been pretty goddamn consistent with Battlefield. Like they don't come out.
Battlefield
like
5's launch was horrible, man.
They're all shitty for the first week because they get overloaded. They can't handle the volume. They're fine after that. I don't know.
I'm the only one here playing Switch games. Like
I'm very much
Sword
with you.
HD.
Don't pre-order shit with companies that fuck you over. I haven't had any problem with the Battlefield games.
Man.
I haven't had any problems with fucking Forza, especially. Like, I never had any issues with Forza.
I feel like
goes
that's a
out
game
of
that
fucking
has to
rocks.
be tuned in, right? Like, because it's got such a it's cars, and I don't know. It just seems like a game that has to work well out of the gate.
I mean, in general too, it's hard to separate with any game like the realistic complaints versus just gamers who are just like, oh my god, I played for 28 hours yesterday and I threw a grenade once and it fucking bugged. This game's an unplayable piece of shit. And it's like, what, you threw one grenade and it bugged in 28 hours?
Calm down. Yeah.
I'm curious why
you're just being a hyperbolic piece of shit.
Racing car games need a VR component. Like, it's time. Come on, man.
I mean,
like, of all the games in the world, just be like,
yeah, the Sims all have
race
VR.
car.
All the sim heavy games like Assetto Corsa, like
not
iRacing 100%, like
they have VR games?
Yeah.
Oh,
racing
okay.
VR racing games? Yeah, there's a million of them.
I didn't know.
The arcadey games, no, because arcadey games aren't that, but the sim racer shit, all the simulation focused stuff has VR.
Is that on Steam or what?
Yeah, there's a bunch of games. iRacing is huge, like huge to the point where like they literally would during COVID they literally had like actual pro race drivers
I saw
doing iRacing rig shit.
The guy who got banned because he was racist on it.
Yeah. Fuck that guy. But yeah, there's a ton of VR racing games. Honestly, I have my Quest and I never use it. I don't know. I hate putting a headset on. It's just annoying.
Yeah, I like Half-Life. That was Alex. That was good.
I have like Star Wars Squadrons. I tried that in VR and didn't really add much. And I don't know. I have the little Mouse Man game. I never even played it. Moss? Yeah, Moss. Maybe I'll try that. That might be a fun VR game.
Man, I have like 3 IPAs on my desk right now. I'm working on.
Slam them, dude. All right, gang. I gotta go. I gotta hit a bio break. Cheese, bro.
Later, boys. We'll see you.
Bye.